Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I have fed the dogs, so they're a little bit happier. I've got a couple different projects I'm wanting to work on today and get ready for this weekend. Let's get going. Alright, so the first project that I'm wanting to work on is I was kindly asked to number our choir books. So I'm going to work on doing that. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I think it'll be worth it. It'll make it easier to use our choir books at church. Now it's ready to go. We've got the numbers down the sides, so it'll make it so much easier to figure out exactly where we're at in the choir book and save some time during practices and even during worship service on Sundays. So now that I have push pins, I want to get this finished up. This weekend I'm gonna have Tommy help me get this hung so that it's not just sitting on top of here, but for now, that way it doesn't get damaged. The next project I want to tackle, I just recently purchased an attachment for my Dyson vacuum that works to clean out the lint trap within the dryer. So I want to take you along and give it a try. Alrighty, so we have the hose. It's about a ½ inch thick. It's got the adapter for my Dyson. Let's get this hooked up. Now we have the old style dryer with the top and lint trap. I'm going to set that out of the way. I'll clean that off here in a second. And then you just stick it down in and vacuum. I also have it completely empty. So we're starting out empty. I think that did pretty good for our first time and starting completely empty. Like, it's got quite a bit. The only thing I didn't like is that when you go to put it down in, the end of it is not really flexible. So getting around that initial bend, I don't know if you can see that, I don't think so. But getting around that initial bend was almost impossible. So, jury's still out. I like that it got quite a bit. I'm gonna keep working with it and see what I can do. I was able to get a little bit more out, not much. So I'm got this all cleaned back off really well. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it back, and then I'll report back on whether or not it makes a difference when I dry and do laundry this weekend. I also recently got these, which I have found to be super beneficial because I can set the cup on it, fill it up, which I need to fill my laundry detergent. And then you cut it off and it's not going to leak all over the top of my washer. It'll catch it in the bottom of this cup if needed. Same thing with my fabric softener, and this is the one that I have the most problems with because it wants to drip after the fact, as you can see in the bottom of the cup, and then that way I can just clean the cup and it's not a mess. Now I feel like it's ready for the next week. All right, got a few things done. I feel a little bit more prepared for the weekend, especially taking some time off. We're gonna spend some time as a family, potentially have some company over. I will continue finishing doing some laundry this evening. I will let you know next week what my final thoughts are on the dryer vent hose, whether or not it actually helped. I know it's going to prevent a fire, which is the biggest reason I purchased it. But my concern is that it was really kind of difficult to navigate it down into the actual vent. If you have a front vent, it may be a little bit easier, but for ours being the older style where it's at the top, it's got to navigate a pretty good curve, and with no flexibility in the end of the hose that's going in, makes it kind of difficult. I paid $12 for it, so really, all in all, it's not bad. If it helps you maintain your dryer and prevent your heating element from going out, preventing a house fire, because that's a big cause of house fire, I find that it's worth it for that alone. I'm gonna keep working on choir books. I got a few more of those to do, and then we'll be ready for Sunday, which is the next time that the choir sings. Thank you so much for spending this day with me and getting ready for a weekend and having a really productive day prior to that. I hope you enjoy your weekend and get some rest. I will see you on the next one. Bye.